I know it's not ideal, but they are doing flooring work upstairs, so I'm unable to film up there, and this is the best I can do right now, so I'm so sorry about that. But today my presentation is going to be on how basic water safety knowledge can save a life. Not just your life, but maybe somebody else's life down the road, and I'm going to teach you 2 ways to save a life today. So my name is Charm, and you might be wondering, why am I sort of to talk about any of this? Like, who am I to talk about life-saving techniques and how you could use these life-saving techniques? Well, I have been a lifeguard for the past 5 years, and for 4 out of those 5 years, I've been a water safety instructor. A water safety instructor is somebody that teaches people how to swim. So I teach people from the ages of 6 months to 60 years old how to swim in these basic life-saving methods. Now, you might be wondering why. Why is this important? Why do I want to know this? Well, drowning. Every year in the US, there are an estimated 3,960 fatal unintentional drownings, according to the CDC. Boating-related drownings, including boating-related drownings, which is an average of 11 drowning deaths per day. And as you can see, this happens all across the states. This happens everywhere. And especially when it comes to children. According to the CDC, more children ages 1 from 4 die from drowning than any other cause of death except for birth defects. Drowning can happen in seconds and is more often silent. Now, when you see movie pictures, people drowning like, help me, help me. But in reality, when people are drowning, it's more like a slow, gradual kind of trying to get out of the water because they are struggling. They are in shock. They don't know what's going on. So there's actually 3 different stages of drowning. The first stage is active drowning. So you're going to be in the water. You're going to be like, help me, like you do see in the movies. That's active drowning. Now that's the stress is not quite drowning yet, but when people get to the second phase of drowning, that's when it's really dangerous. So drowning is when people are like this. They're trying to climb a little ladder, and they have their face. Normally, it's only their face that's above the water, and they have their mouth wide open like this, and they're gasping for air, and they're in shock. And the third stage of drowning, which we want nobody to get to ever, is when they fall unconscious and eventually pass away, which is why these life-saving techniques are so important for you to know. So the first thing is not even a technique; it's just like a basic bit of information that you want to have. It's swimsuit colors and how swimsuit colors can save somebody's life and how they can affect the visibility of a child in the water or just you. So say you go out and you find this really cute and adorable white swimsuit. It's perfect. Like, I love it. You bring your child to the pool. They go underwater and look, white, basically invisible. You can barely see that kid. As opposed to the orange one or the neon yellow one where they're highly visible in the water. Even the pink one where they're highly visible in the water. But any shades of blue, any like lighter blues, whites, anything like that, they are going to be very hard to see under that water because of the swimsuit and because it acts like a sort of camouflage for the child in the water because they're blending right into the bottom of the pool and they're going to be hard to see. And I can attest to this fact. Like if a kid's wearing like a blue swimsuit or like we had at Disney some section to the floor with like yellow, like it was like sandy. So if a kid was wearing like a tan, sandy kind of swimsuit, you couldn't see them. You could see their hair, maybe, but if they were blonde, you couldn't see them at all. Which is why buying the proper swimsuit is so important as well. Which will bring us to our first life-saving technique. Reach or throw, don't go. Now, I have a question. How many of you guys know how to swim? You can be completely honest with me. If you don't know how to swim, there's no issue with that. It's not like anything to be embarrassed of. It's something that a lot of people haven't had the opportunity to learn or haven't even just gotten around to because it's like taking a backseat. Like, I don't even know how to swim. All the water I go on is like 3 feet deep. What do I need to know how to swim? Doesn't matter. I can touch everywhere. Stuff like that. So if a loved one is in the water and they are drowning and you don't know how to swim and you jump in to save them, what do you think will happen? You're both going to drown. And it's just going to make the situation a lot harder and a lot trickier for everybody involved because instead of having one person drowning, you have 2 people drowning. And it is actually very dangerous to jump in for somebody without a tube or without any sort of flotation device or buoyancy device because even me, I think I'm a pretty okay swimmer, I guess. But if I jump in the water and somebody's drowning, they will drag me right down. Because when somebody's drowning, they do not care about you. You do not seem like a person to them. You just need to get out of the water because they're in panic, they're in distress. They're just gonna climb and try to get out, even if it means pushing you down. Like I have been drowned before when going in for a save. Like I had a tube and everything, but this woman, she was a lot bigger than me. She had like really long acrylics, which like they were cute. I'm not gonna lie, they were cute. But she pulled me under the water, and I had to have another guard come in and get me because I was being drowned by going in and getting somebody. And that's with the tube. That's with me being a good swimmer. So if somebody's drowning, I know in your heart you're gonna think, I have to go save them. I know that feeling because you're like, I have to go get them. I can't just stand by and watch. It's not for your own well-being. Well, it is, but it's for everybody's own well-being. Because if you go in and get them, then you have two people drowning, and it's just going to make everything so much more dangerous, which is why we use reach or throw, don't go. So if you are at a public pool, there will more likely than not be a buoy because it's required by law. So you see that thing she has right there? That's a buoy. It has a string attached to it. You pull it, you throw the buoy out, you hold the string, and then you have the person grab onto the buoy, and you pull them in. If there's not a buoy, you're going to have to resort to other things. You have to resort to towel. You can use a towel. Take a towel, grab it, throw it in, have the person grab onto one end, and you pull them over to the side. You could use, what else could you use? You could use a shirt. Take the shirt, rip it in half, throw, keep it like together, but like have half a shirt that's longer, throw one end out, have the person grab it, pull them in. You at a party, at a barbecue, they have tablecloths, take a tablecloth, twist it up, throw one end out there, have them grab on, and pull them back in, but never, ever, ever go in the water and grab them unless the water's like 3 feet deep and you know for a fact you'll be able to touch the water. You'll be able to touch the bottom, you'll be able to stand up and grab that person. So please, please, please don't go in the water if you see somebody drowning. I know it's hard, but just know. Which is our second thing, which we never want to get to this part, but if somebody is unconscious in the water, keep an open airway. So by doing this and you keep an open airway, that could save somebody's life and that prevents them from suffocating. Even if you're at like a party, so you're out with your boys, you're partying, whatever, you see somebody passed out unconscious, keep an open airway and turn them on the side. Because if they throw up, instead of suffocating on it, it's going to go right out the side and they'll be safe. So, like I said, open airway, turn to the side, and reach or throw, don't go. Those are the two ways that you could save somebody's life. And I'm glad that you were here to see this presentation. I'm glad that you're able to